What's going on? It's your boy Sermon at Sermon's Domain on Twitter. There are two things that are certain when it comes to 2 Chainz. The first is that he will always be killing his guest features as well as his verses on his own projects. I think it would be a lot simpler to make a list of verses / songs that he didn't kill, instead of trying to pick out like the best ones or pick out the ones that he killed the most. He's very charismatic, and that's something that like no other rapper has been able to channel that spirit of 2 Chainz on a record. The second is that his project titles are always creative. Seriously, think about it. Just look at the albums based on a true story, Boats. You had Collygrove, which combines College Park with Hollygrove. That was the collaboration with Lil Wayne. And then his latest album was Pretty Girls Like Trap Music. So he always has titles that stick with you, ones that you just don't forget. That's just the album titles. For mixtapes, you had True Religion, you had Codeine Cowboy. Like, 2 Chainz is good at naming things. So before we get another full-length album from him later this year, he decided to pop back up with a surprise EP that will surely be a contender for title of the year. This one is called The Play Don't Care Who Makes It. Now that is a title that's going to stick with you. It falls right in line with all the other titles that 2 Chainz has put out, with his projects. So as is customary with every 2 Chainz project, let's talk about some of my favorite lines. I picked out 4, including one long passage. The first was, "I'ma need a girl tonight, I need someone to sleep in." I don't know what it is about 2 Chainz, but he'll make the most simplest lines sound so clever and sound so good. I think it's a combination of his delivery and just the way that he comes across with it. Like, it's really just kind of out of nowhere. Like, when you think of that line, you think of the first half, "I'm gonna need a girl tonight." You're not thinking that he's gonna say, "I need someone to sleep in." Like, that is just another, dimension to that line. You're thinking maybe he's just gonna say, like, the generic stuff. But I like the way that he delivers these lines. So some of my favorite lines might not be the most creative, but again, it's the way that he says them, the way that he delivers them, that really counts to me. Now the long passage. He says, "Buy my mama first house with the drug money. Buy my mama second house with the club money. Me and mama used to trap out the same house, used to eat and go to sleep on the same couch. Me and mama got busted at the same time, went to court and told the judge the same damn line." I don't know. I think that 2 Chainz is good at creating like visuals, and so that's why I like this line a lot, because it's like you're looking at, okay, bought his mom a house, that's really cool, that's sweet, and then he turns it into like him and his mom were trapping, and then they get caught together, and then they're telling the courtroom the same damn line. Like, that right there is a funny visual. Next on my favorites list was 2 Chainz, "I have always wore more than one." Again, simple line, but it fits 2 Chainz as a person, as an artist. He's always going to give you like these big, grandiose, braggadocious type of lyrics. And that's what you get with that line. 2 Chainz, "I have always wore more than one." And then the last one is very much similar, but on a grander scale. It makes me feel broke just reading it. He said, "Known to buy a new car if I got a flat." If he gets a flat tire, he's going out to buy a new car. That is next level stunting right there. Now let me talk about my favorite song, Lamborghini Truck. So the thing about this song that I enjoyed a lot is that while the first 3 songs compile a lot of like those favorite lines that I mentioned, this song is more about like the overall whole vibe of it. I listen to this song and I think that he's just going in a different direction. You have production that is very soulful, that is provided by Street Runner and Tariq. It's one of those records that if this were created like 11 years ago, back in 2007 when Wayne was going on rampages, I could see Wayne doing something crazy with this one. Street Runner and Wayne, they have so much chemistry. They always had these very soulful records together. But it fits 2 Chainz really well because of the concept. This is him paying homage to Atlanta, from the rappers in Atlanta to, you know, various places and other people that are also in the industry that don't rap. Like, this one is a big feeling record. I really feel like 2 Chainz is able to really illustrate Atlanta, and he says a lot of like shout outs. Like, the one that kind of resonated with me the most is not really a shout out. He said that Jock still owes me money, Young Jock. But then there's also like shout outs to like Young Dro, Gucci Mane. He said, I feel like Gucci Mane walking out the courtroom. He pays homage to, you know, Bankroll Fresh and Shawty Lo. So there's a lot on here that is to be appreciated. I think I appreciate it a lot more knowing that this song is different than everything else on the EP. On this EP, 2 Chainz puts the hooks on cruise control. I was pretty much unimpressed with almost all the hooks. I think if it wasn't for the verses, then this would be a disappointing project. But because the verses are so good, I was willing to overlook these hooks being bad. I think 2 Chainz has always had like a balance between being catchy and repetitive. And there's like a sweet spot in the middle. And 2 Chainz has always been able to do that. But lately, and this kind of goes back to like Pretty Girls Like Trap music as well, I just feel like a lot of these hooks aren't up to par. Now, I understand why he's doing it, because now repetitive is in. Repetitive has always been around, but more so in this generation. I feel like repetitive is like big. People want to hear those repetitive hooks, and so you get a lot of those on the Play Don't Care Who Makes It. You think about like Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, like over and over again. Like those are the type of records that really pop. So while 2 Chainz is able to really kill the verses and do something that other rappers can't do, he's also lowering his hooks to match like that generation. At least in my opinion. I've heard a lot better 2 Chainz hook. I've heard much better from him over the years. And maybe it's just this one project where I was feeling like, damn, I was not really into any of these hooks. One thing I appreciate about 2 Chainz is that he still has a unique identity. In this day and age, you have every new rapper trying to emulate the person that came before him. You got 20,000 people sounding like Migos. You got all these people trying to be Future. But there's only one 2 Chainz. And to this day, nobody has been able to emulate 2 Chainz. Nobody has been able to duplicate his personality on the record. They can't match his braggadocious. They can't match the humor that 2 Chainz brings. So that's one thing that 2 Chainz has an advantage over in this generation. Is because a lot of times you get worn out on that type of music, but 2 Chainz is delivering something that is still rare in my opinion. There's nothing like 2 Chainz. There's nobody like 2 Chainz in this industry besides himself. The Play Don't Care Who Makes It is, you know, pretty much what you expect out of a 2 Chainz project. I think it has good parts, it has bad parts, but overall it makes you hungry for that album. At only 4 songs, you're thinking, damn, this is a good appetizer, but I'm really looking forward to more now. So those are my thoughts on 2 Chainz's new EP, The Play Don't Care Who Makes It. After you listen to this EP, let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. Afterwards, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, share the video. Follow me on Twitter at SermonsDomain, and as always, thank you for your time. I appreciate you for watching, and until next time, peace.